Welcome everyone to the Red Lounge. I am your host Rick Redmond, and we are continuing this series on NBA 2K17 MyGM mode for the Portland Trail Blazers. With today's matchup, we are going to be taking on the San Antonio Spurs. Now, playing this team, this is going to also be playing against one of the former Portland Trail Blazer, who was one of the leaders at the time back then for quite a few years, and that is LaMarcus Aldridge. And we would be getting excited to play against him, against a guy, and I'm sure he would have been excited to play against his old team. But it does look like on the injury report that he is hurt. I don't know if that's considered out for the game or he's just be playing hurt, but he does have a hyperextended right shoulder, and it says the duration is going to last for 6 to 8 weeks. So that means he's going to be playing hurt for 6 to 8 weeks, or he's out for 6 to 8 weeks. I'm not sure. We're going to have to find out eventually as we get into this game. Now, I did do a little bit of simulation after our last game that we played. So as you can see here, we are now all the way 2 weeks ahead of time. We got quite a few victories, took a couple of losses, but we are now towards the end of the year, December 30th, the final game of 2016. What can we expect heading into 2017? Well, let's see if we can end off the year with a bang as we go on the road on the AT&T Center in San Antonio, taking on the Spurs. Two tough teams in the Western Conference. You see the starting lineup, and it does look like Aldridge is not going to be starting. David Lee looks like he's taking his spot. I believe Paul Gasol was always going to be a starter. So this should be very interesting to see how the Spurs handle without Aldridge not starting this game. I don't know if he's going to be playing off the bench or he's just out entirely. So here we go to start it off right here as the game is tied 2 apiece, but Lillard off the break is going to find Plumlee for that easy jam. Then now off that Kawhi Leonard missed shot, we're up 6-2, trying to see if we can continue this run. Evan Turner's going to find Mason Plumlee once again, this time with 2 hands for the jam, as we go up 8-2, as we go off to a great start here in San Antonio. But of course, here come the Spurs roaring back. You see David Lee trying to be effective as he gets the start for today's game with that lay-in. And then now, off the top of the key, it looks like it's Mo Harkless with the 3. You don't see him hitting too many threes very often, but he knocks that down to go. Now, we're up by 2, but it looks like the Spurs tie it up at 11 apiece with Ginobili getting the shot and the foul coming off the bench. So we're tied 13. And then now Lillard working that pick and roll, driving down the paint, and nobody's there to meet him for that 2-handed jam. Then now Ginobili working against Ed Davis. That's a mismatch, and oh, we pay the price as Ezeli tried to help out, but Ginobili gets the foul and another and one opportunity, as now the Spurs go up by 1 with the first quarter drawing to a close. But here comes our bench guy, Alan Crabb, hitting a 3, getting us the lead right back. Then with 5 seconds to play to end the quarter, Lillard, he's going to find Myers Leonard for the 3 and knocks it down. So Leonard with a buzzer-beating 3 to give us a 5-point lead heading into the second quarter. So we have a steady lead. We got to see if we can maintain it here. As Parker, doing a little bit of dribble moves, shaking CJ McCollum with that jumper to go. And now we're just only up by 1. Can we maintain this lead? Evan Turner's going to use his size advantage on Tony Parker, and he's going to take that jump shot, and Parker didn't even contest that. He just gave up as we go up by 3. Down the Spurs' next possession. Parker, he's going to, look at that deceptive quickness, as he's always been doing that throughout his career with that lay-in. Now Aminu, he's going to find CJ McCollum for 3 as we increase the lead up to 4 now. Now the lead only up to 2. McCollum, he's driving, he's already met, but look who he finds. Mo Harkless, backdoor cut. Kawhi Leonard falls asleep. One of the better defenders, rarely doing that. So now Spurs down 4, and Ginobili coming off that screen for a top of the key 3 as it cuts the lead to 1. So every time we try to increase the lead, the Spurs don't go away that easily. And Lillard had a 2-handed jam, but it rimmed out. But luckily, Ezeli was there to pick up the pieces and put it in himself. Now, lead went back down to 1 again. Spurs trying to see if they can break the lead and break that chain, and they do. As Ginobili with the corner 3 finally gives the Spurs a lead as they go up by 2. But we're not going to go out that quietly either, as we find Ed Davis in the paint for a two-handed jam as it ties us up at 40 apiece heading into the second half. So now Lillard, a little bit quiet throughout the game, but he's going to make some noise here with that right-hand jam. And tied at 42 apiece. Parker lulling his defender to sleep as Popovich has like a very semi-enthusiastic approval of that. You don't really see that very often. Now Lillard coming off the screen hits a 3. Lillard waking up, letting the crowd know that Lillard time is fast approaching. As we go up by 1, Lillard off the fast break, finding CJ McCollum for the lay-in. As we go up by 3 now. So still up by 3, midway through the third quarter. Here comes Kawhi Leonard, who caught the steal. He's gonna find Pau Gasol for the lay-in as they cut the lead to 1. So the game has been pretty close. We've been having the lead for a majority of the game, but just haven't been able to push it as Allen Crabbe off the bench hits another 3. And then now, still only up by 1. It's McCollum's turn for a 3 as he knocks it down. So every time the Spurs get closer, we just keep pushing it right back to them. Now Aminu open in the corner for 3. Everyone's hitting 3s now for the Blazers. As we go up now by 9. Leonard missed shot. Blazers up the other way. Lillard looking up ahead. Who he finds? It's Aminu again for a two-handed jam. Timeout Spurs as we go up by 11. Evan Turner though dribbles, loses the ball. Leonard with the steal. Leonard's gonna go inside and he gets fouled. And the foul with the lay-in to go, as trying to see if they can cut this lead, as they do within single digits now. Crabbe, look at that little fancy passing, goes behind the back, finding Aminu for the lay-in to go, as Aminu getting some points in the second half. Up by 10. Here comes McCollum driving it in for a lay-in as we keep pushing this lead now. The lead's getting a bit bigger. Now up by 10 with about a minute and a half to play. McCollum pump fakes. Ginobili drives inside and lays it in the go as we go up by 12, and that would pretty much give us that comforting lead and seal the deal for us as we go into San Antonio and get a rare victory, 74-67. As you see us, we're not too hyped about it. We know we expected to get this win. As we take a look at the box score, Lillard led the team with 17 points, got a double-double with 11 assists, 5 steals. Didn't have a great shooting night, but still pretty efficient all-around aspects of his game today. McCollum with 14, Aminu with 11. So big win for us for sure. As we go into the Spurs box score, Ginobili leading the team with 20 points, and he came off the bench. Got Kawhi Leonard right behind him with 19, and Paul Gasol with 10. But you realize with no Aldridge, it was a little bit tough on them for not having much of a post game. They do have Gasol, but they didn't really feed Gasol that much. So in some ways that did kind of hurt him though with no Aldridge. So that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode as there could be a possible trade in the works. We shall see, and you shall see as well. Until next time, this is going to be Rick Redmond signing out.